Hello to all my friends out there. So I think one of the cheapest things you can make that is actually good is gravy. I fried some bacon, and so that's my bacon dripping. And if you carefully fry your bacon to generate good drippings, your gravy is going to turn out much, much better. This could be any meat you have. You just fry it in some oil or even some bacon grease if that's all you have. And if you have bacon grease, if you save your bacon grease, you know, you get into the habit of saving your bacon grease, you're not going to run out of oil because you're going to have bacon grease. So, okay, so what I want to do is I want to brown my drippings. My gravy is going to taste much better. Okay, so I decided to make gravy because I had a couple shelf-stable milk left. Okay, I'm going to move over here for a minute. There's my bacon. And so, okay, so what I'm going to have is I'm going to have some biscuits. I buy these at 99 cents only. And I like this one because you get 10. And then I have some leftover lemonade. I'm just drinking that lemonade until it's gone. I made half a batch of lemonade, 4 cups water, 1/2 cup lemon, and 1/2 cup sugar. That makes 4 cups. That's quite a bit of lemonade. I think I ate 1 or 2 of these, but this package, these are good too. So, you know, if you can get a package that gives you 10 as opposed to 8, and they're good, go for those. So what I want to do is I want to create some food that's really cheap, but also tasty, you know? I was working today. I was shopping in the thrift stores. That's what I do. I shop around and I buy stuff at the thrift stores and then I sell it. So what I bought today was I bought 3 cameras. And I got them dirt cheap too. So, you know, I took them. I don't know much about cameras. I bought a few in my time, but never occurred to me to try and sell them. How it occurred to me was I subscribed to Rockstar Flipper, and he said try to find cameras. And he sold his for quite a bit. This one came with a case. He sold his for quite a bit of money, but one of the reasons I didn't think about selling cameras is because I didn't want to invest much because I'm not too knowledgeable on the subject of cameras. But when I found these pretty cheap, I thought, okay, I'll buy them and I'll try to sell them as parts. Uh-oh. So, if you're always trying to make a little extra money by some means, then, you know, it's going to be easier to exist. Oh, you guys, I posted a really good recipe that one of the followers left, and it's a lentil soup recipe. I'm going to be making that. Yikes. So see how my gravy is nice and brown? So this is going to be some tasty gravy. I like to make my gravy kind of like soup, and then I can just eat a little bowl of gravy. And then I can dip my bread in it. Also, you know, if you're going to feed gravy to babies, what I do is I tear the soft part of the bread out, and then, you know, I just sop up the gravy and they eat it. This contains two things that you need for your brain: fat and lactose. That's sugar. I think this is why a lot of people are getting overweight, is they're craving sugar, like in lactose. And I posted this video. You can find it online. I took it down because I had so many videos. How to get well and never be sick again. So now this is scary with this beef death. You know, that we could be deficient in milk and dairy. That's why I make the yogurt. The yogurt recipe is on the... See how my gravy is starting to come around here? So this is going to make quite a bit of gravy, and so what I do is any of the gravy I don't eat, I just keep it in the refrigerator, and I take it out, and if I heat it if I need to, I add, if it gets too thick, I add a little water. When I first started YouTube, you'll notice I have gravy making, bread making. I just started the yogurt making, which I think is equally as important. And stockpile meat, buy your meat, 99 cents a pound. And then I had various recipes. If you have a meat, a potato, and a vegetable, you can pretty much survive on that. Okay, now back over here. Okay, so I have bacon and I have bread, kind of like bread in the back. And so what I could make is I could make some little BLT sandwiches with my bread. And then I could dip some of the bread in. This way I could get a little vegetables in this meal. So you could also have bread, gravy, and eggs. If you don't have bacon, eggs are good. Just make your gravy with some margarine or some Crisco and some, put a beef broth cube, a beef bouillon cube. It's going to be better if you have a little bacon fat though. So now, before we're hit with some kind of recession you know what worries me is that some kind of flooding situation could cause the truckers not to be able to get the food to its destination, the stores. I mean, I don't stay up nights worried about it, but you know, it is kind of a possibility if these floods continue. The floods probably will continue because the snow will melt. The people said that they had this property in the family 200 years and nothing like this had ever happened. But in the course of history, you know, 200 years is nothing. When I went to Galveston one time, you know, they take you, the city was submerged at one time too. So this is going to be a good little sandwich. And you know, living here at any time, we can be hit by earthquakes, and fires weren't as common, so I'll just use my salad mix. If you had parties, these would be good little party sandwiches, like for a brunch. This gravy is actually generating a lot of gravy because that's really not that much bacon. So what I'll do with any leftover bacon is I will just break it up, and then I will have some bacon bits. Some people like their gravy rather thick. You know, when you're gonna eat, these biscuits, if you're careful when you bake them, you know, you get them done but not overdone, then you know, your biscuits are gonna taste much better. If you over bake these canned biscuits, they don't taste as good. So say if there was a baby, what I do is I just tear out some of this bread, this soft bread, and I used to put my baby by the table, you know, right next to us, like 3 people at the table. And I used to feed him right off the table. You know, whatever we ate, he ate. And he came out okay. So then I would just take and feed it to the baby. And here's my little slider. This is a good little slider. Oh, I better be careful. So, I want to encourage you guys to find some cheap meals. I stockpile bacon because you can lay it flat in the freezer. And these are cheap enough, $1, these rolls. And trying to figure out ways to make a little extra money. Okay, you guys, God bless you all.